Welcome to Panther Sports Talk. The UNI men have won 2 consecutive games in the Missouri Valley Conference. Let's recap both of them. One on the road, last second win, one at home, which happened tonight, a Tuesday night game against Evansville. A solid performance, but always tough to win on the road, Coach.
Yeah, and that it's been that way. The league's hard. The games, and for the most part, home or away. And you see that. I think right now the league record for teams overall is close to 500 at home, and that so the games are hard whether you're home or road, and that fun to see the guys have that second half. The last 10 minutes at Illinois State, I thought our want to and the will and the character of our guys really showed at the defensive end of the floor. I mean, we had some unbelievable defensive possessions, and the performance that Dre had, the play that Ty made at the end to win it for us. Like those sometimes will, and they should, because they're terrific, but they will sometimes overshadow the nuts and bolts of what was going on defensively. And I tell you that, and there were some possessions in that last 10 minutes where our guys were locked in and flying around, and so fun to be a part of that one. So
you really, when you evaluate that Illinois State win, you're equally as happy or even more happy with the defensive performance than what you saw on the offensive end to get back in down 12 in that second half?
Yeah, I would tell you I was more impressed with our defense than I was our offense. Not hard to set Trey's performance aside. Right? His performance was more impressive than anything else that happened in the game. But our overall, our offense, defense, defensively, we were terrific that last 10 minutes. And our guys, like I said, they were talking, moving, made some great switches, just did some things that allowed us to come up with a couple of turnovers. We rebounded well, things that you have to do when you're down 10 or 12 to get back in a game. But was really impressed by that in the second half.
Titan, a true point forward. I mean, he feels so comfortable with the ball in his hands, and you trust him to be able to make the play as the seconds are ticking down there.
Yeah, he's really kind of taken that on. Not only it started as a defensive rebound, and now he's bringing it a little bit, and that went to bringing it at full speed, and it's now to where he's getting an outlet, where guys are looking for him, trying to find him to make the first outlet pass to him so that he can go full speed. That's become a real important part and a real weapon for us, is him on a defensive stop, defensive rebound, getting the ball in his hands and attacking the basket. And and then the last play was one where he knew exactly where he was at in terms of the time, right? And but that's still, that takes a lot to be able to take it down that far. I think a lot of guys are pulling up from 8, 10, 12 feet just to make sure they get it off. The awareness and the discipline and knowing that you can get all the way to that spot for him. It's just a tremendous play by him.
And what do you like about that victory against Evansville?
First half, our defense was, the communication defensively and our defensive rebounding in the first half. Those two things were really good in the first half. Offense, for both teams, I got a little bit slow. Both teams missed some free throws, both teams missed some shots, and a little bit of a grind. But offensively, we had 2 or 3 stretches that allowed us to go up to 8 and then up to 14 and then eventually up to 20. It was more, like I said, more in 2 or 3 stretches. But I thought both teams played really hard, but both teams kind of made some mistakes. A little bit of a grind out game, and you're going to have those when you play 20 of them. So good to be able to take care of it.
In one game, you come from behind to win. The other, you hold a double-digit lead the entire game for the most part, and it's not always easy to do, to protect the lead and all the way to the finish line, the final buzzer.
No, it's not, and it's something that people have asked me a lot. The changes with the game of basketball. It's a skill level. There's so much skill level on the floor now. What you said, being up 10 or 12, in today's game, it's just no big deal. So to be able to keep it above 10, I thought the guys put in a good performance.
All right, we'll have more with Coach Jacobson on the 2-0 week for the Panther men's basketball program right after this.